Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Boraki here, and welcome to Line War, where instead of uh, you giving commands to individual units, you will actually give command to your entire army, more or less. It's not a point and click; it's a click and drag. Uh, and you have different um, ways of doing it. You can do a line command, which tells you to just go to a certain place. You got I think it's a curve command. I'll show you in a little bit. Where you can tell your units to go to certain territories in curved shape. I'll just show you. So, go to sandbox. I would go to the tutorial, but it's all just videos. So, so in sandbox, you can actually play against yourself and find different strategies and whatnot to help attack. Help you understand how to form strategies and whatnot. So, here's your world. You will be asked it's a multiplayer online PvP. Right now, it's only a 1v1, but future updates later this year will have it so that you can do 2v2, free for all. I don't know if it is a PvE. He hasn't said anything. But Line War, I forgot to mention, is made by two guys. Not two guys with a dream. There's this one guy called him Fezia. He is a YouTuber and a dad. He also works a full-time job, so his passion, his hobby, is helping others learn how to code games in Unity. This game is all made in Unity, which is cool. So I'll put a link down below to his YouTube channel so you guys can go see. But he's helped a lot of people, including myself, learn how to do basic coding and whatnot with Unity. I made a test game about this time last year, actually, where it's just it's a game called Breakout, where you just you have a little paddle, whatever, and you have to bounce the ball and hit the bricks. I made that with custom sounds and custom background and everything, so it was kind of cool. But anyways, I digress. Back to this. So, if I sound a little bit hoarse today, I'm still healing from my surgery. And now I'm off my pills. So I can do radioiodine. It's not fun. So, anyways. So when you load up, if you hit find opponents or whatever, it's play now. You'll fight against an online opponent. You'll go to this screen. Well, you won't go to this screen first. You'll go to a matchmaking screen where you'll be set up with a random person. There's also challenge mode where you can challenge your friends who also have this game. But anyways, then you can fight each other. So when you get past the online matchmaking stuff, you'll be selected to this world. Both of you will be asked if this is a good map to play on. You can, and it's randomized, so that's a nice one. Not a lot of water. That one's good. You can do amphibious landings in a couple of spots. So this one's alright for me to show off. So we'll go ready. And then once you are in, you'll be asked to... sometimes this will pop up. Game mode has been provided for you to learn and experiment. You can also stage scenarios and save them in a replay file. You can do everything in the sandbox that you can do in a real match. We strongly recommend that you watch our sandbox explain tutorial before you begin messing around. Good luck and have fun. I don't need to do that because I've already played that. So, at the beginning, you will be asked to pick a starting location. I don't recommend doing the water because you won't have any ships. So the starting location, you cannot choose something like the like a city. We can do, let's do somewhere near water, so do that one. We can also switch to player 2 and have him at the water. So pick another 5 territories, so and it has to be territories adjacent to where you control. Oops. Alright, so you will start off with 4 infantry units. And here's your commands. You've got your point command. Units will be attracted from the surrounding area and take the shortest path to the position themselves within the circle, so you can do that. And the units closest will go to that area. There's the line command. Units will be attracted from the surrounding areas and line up facing in the direction of the line's bold edges. So you can click on that, hit delete to kill that command. Line command, so they will be facing that. And that also works with defend directive. Units will dig in for a duration of 5 seconds to entrench in the line. While digging, units will suffer a minus 34 hit point a minute loss from fatigue. And then when the entrenching is complete, units will receive a 20% firepower and 30% armor bonus. So as you can see, they are facing the way the line is set up. You can click on it and change it to a path command. Path command, as I was trying to explain, couldn't remember the name. Units will be attracted from the surrounding area and moved along the path. And you can actually select which units you actually want to choose from. So you got your infantry, your commandos, your artillery, tanks, and anti-aircraft vehicles. And you got your air vehicles. You got helicopter, you got a fighter, interceptor, you've got a striker, which strong against single surface targets. They can also attack air targets. Then you've got the bomber and the troop transport jet. And then you've got sea units, you've got the landing craft, the sub hunter, the destroyer, the missile ship is an anti-aircraft ship, the cruiser, a long-range warship, and an aircraft carrier, which is not quite implemented just yet. Alright, so let's delete that and tell our boys to go ahead and capture all along through here. You can also do, let's do that right there. And then we can gather these guys and tell them to go up through here. So they will all, except for these two idiots, I don't know why they don't want to come over. So you can just tell them to move. You can change the speed of which they move by clicking the directives. You got engage directive, move directive, and defense directive. So in the engage directive, units will seek to engage nearby enemies. With the conquer flag, units will stop and conquer territories if no enemies are nearby. And we don't really have any enemies right now. And then with the haste, the running shoe icon, so it'll be that. Energy consuming is 30% speed, but 70% energy consumption, and your energy is up here. And then haste without the shoe for non-energy consuming units, or with the shoe, sorry. So these guys are without energy because they're just regular infantry. The units that will use energy are your artillery, your tanks, any of your other vehicles, from artillery over to the cruiser. So these guys will conquer all this territory, and then they'll get to their last stuff, last portion of the command, and it'll just stay there. So switch over to first player. Tell you guys to go do that. And we know there's a city over here we can capture. So there. Tell those guys to go capture stuff. Alright, so let's get to the building portion of this while everyone is going to that is the merchant ship. Okay. So while our guys are doing that, we can go over to your F2 command, and you see you got your keyboard. Yeah, you can see them. Keyboard shortcuts right here. So F1 is your active commands bar. F2 is the construction, and F3 is the production bar, which is used to select producers and configure production. So in your construction menu, and you will get points for capturing territories. So you'll get economy, money. And you can see your economy up here, what you're gaining and what you're losing, your current status, energy loss per minute, current energy. So over on the left hand side, you got your barracks all the way up through. So left hand side here is where you can build all your units: barracks, infantry. Factory is to do your land vehicles. Airport is to do your to build aircraft. The airstrip extends the range of your air units and can house up to 5 air units, and airstrips are stealthy and difficult to protect. Now this one cannot produce air units. So, and then you got your shipyard. One shipyard there. You got your sub pen. And then your launch pad, which you can launch rockets. Rockets are expensive, but deliver a lot of concentrated damage. So once you get up to that point, you can start launching rockets at your opponents, as long as it's within range, because they do have an incredible amount of range, but if you're trying to get to a different continent, say this one, you'd have to put it close to your shoreline, which makes it easy to target. And then you got on this bar, or portion of the bar, you've got your refinery, which here we go. So we can build an energy well there. We can build a power plant, which is used to keep your power in line. And put it there. Your depot connects refineries and power plants to store energy. So let's put you there. We can click on you. There. Now you got more energy. Right. Then you've got your industry, which we have conquered that area. So you can put industry on here. Industries can only be built on a farm, lumber mill, or mine site. All industries work exactly the same and generate 22 capital per minute, which equals to 1.8 territories. Conquer there. And this is a city site, but you have to build a town. And they generate 45 capital per minute, which is up to equal to 3.8 territories. So build your town first, then you can upgrade to a city, which generates 120 capital per minute. But with the city, you have to connect all. It has to be on a town site like that, and it has to be connected by 3 different industries. And then you can build your town. Okay. And then you got your port, which generates 38 capital, which is the money per minute. Ports will also produce merchant ships. Some ports are connected via trade routes to other ports. A trade route commuted by an optimal number of merchant ships roughly generates to 120 capital, or around 10 territories. Okay. And now we see all of our guys have finally gotten to their to the end of the line. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a few barracks. You will have a set number of capital that you can spend for pre-construction. So I have 1,000 more to do. And we do have a port, or a shipyard. So let's go ahead and delete all of our commands here. Oops. Let's go ahead and tell our ships there. Let me turn that off. Tell our ships to go. Let's tell them to go right here so we can launch that Amphibious Assault on this little island here. So there. Oops. Alright. And as you can see there's your load up point and then the drop off point. And as soon as these guys get here, they will load up the troops and deposit them at their designated location. So you can click on your, just like in any other RTS, you click on the building to produce units. But these ones will continuously build units until you tell them to stop. So you can tell them to build regular infantry with the barracks, or you can tell them to do the commando. So Tell these guys to build the commando. These guys will automatically build the regular infantryman. Okay. We also need to build the factory. We can also build another... Oh, we don't have that territory yet. Alright, our guys have finally been deposited. And they'll conquer that island really shortly. Let's tell these guys to go finish conquering the rest of that. And tell them to come over here so we can launch an invasion that way. And you see these little lines? These are your trade routes. So if you capture these areas, you will have a designated trade route. Alright, so we got artillery. We'll do some tanks too. Let's go ahead and build the airport. Let's leave that off. Build the helicopters first. Alright, so as you can see here, the airport has a limited range. So the helicopters can only go to here, fighter jets to here, bombers and transports way over here. So we can launch a airborne invasion over here if we really wanted to. We'd probably do that actually. Let's go ahead and build a transport. And then tell... Nope. Sorry, wrong guys. You guys to come over here. Alright, you can stop building transports, please. Let's do a few of those. Oop. I gotta take that off. Alright. They will load up. Alright, we can tell our transports. Tell them to go around. You cannot drop tanks via the transport. I thought you could. Let's do a port. And since this is sandbox, everything will be built automatically. Oop. Okay, enough building that. Let's just do some of those. Cannot be unloaded from troop transports. Disembarked territory must be in your own control. Okay. So I still haven't gotten this to work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But anyways, yeah. So that is the gist of it. Let's go ahead and do. We'll do an easy little scenario here so I can show you a couple of different things. So we'll do you and you. Oops. You can self-destruct your buildings or cancel all production, and you can also self-destruct it. Okay. So we'll switch back to my guy. So they're up here somewhere. Let's go ahead and make a defensive line. So to do a defensive line, you have to do the line command and then defensive. That way you can just do it right about there. Whoops. There. Tell everyone to go over there. They will do that. All the other troops have been deposited. Oops. We'll lead up. Meet. them at the defensive line. Okay. Let's tell everyone to go. Boop. Tell everyone to go. Tell everyone to go back. Just do the line command. Tell everyone to move fast. So you can get over there. Okay. So we'll get to that. Still don't know what I'm doing wrong with that. I advise to watch the tutorial on how to do a couple of these things. Alright. So our troops are going to that location. We've got 3 transports here. So now we can do this and start launching the assault. Alright, and then we'll see them coming in through here. So we can draw another defensive line back there. Yep. So since we've got a very good defensive line, 2 defensive lines actually, these guys are not going to work very well. I also forgot to give these guys power. could also launch his helicopters over here. And since we're pretty low on energy at the moment, I chose a bad spot on this one. I need to send some SAMs over there. So there's our defensive line. It's holding for now. We can intercept them if we so chose to. effectively blocking their access. But yeah, that is Line War, and the objective is to capture as much territory as possible and or eliminate your opponent. So that is Line War. You can also look at your replays, so if you've saved any from your challenges against opponents, friends, or just a sandbox. There's that. So go ahead and check it out. It's over on Steam. Steam or the Access. Go ahead and check out Amphibious YouTube channel, which I'll put a link down below. And tell me what y'all think of it. I actually kind of enjoy it. I do wish there was an AI that you could fight against, but I know it's just two guys. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Have fun.